Bringing the story now, the Presidency and National Treasury is hosting business leaders, economists and labour experts in the final day of the Operation Vulindlela Conference. Now, Vulindlela is a joint government initiative that was launched at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic to address challenges in critical sectors in order to drive economic growth. The initiative has set out a target to attract lucrative investments through private sector partnerships, to create employment opportunities and to boost the local economy. Watching developments for us is SABC News reporter Nosipho, who joins us now live from Rosebank. And of course, Nosipho, no overstating the importance of a conference like this, given the myriad of challenges we're facing in the country.
That's right, Ayanda, and today's talks will be discussing those case studies. So they'll be delving into the specifics of some of those broader reforms that have been implemented. They'll be talking about the progress that those case studies have been making, and also just discussing the impact that they're having on communities, as well as the progress that they want to see. But definitely yesterday, what we heard from some of the speakers was that they are continuing along very nicely, and that they are expecting to continue on that trajectory of improving the lives of South Africans, improving economic growth so that we can see more jobs being created, and definitely moving South Africa's economy into a positive trajectory.
Yeah, and I remember, for example, President Cyril Ramaphosa pointing to, Operation Vulindlela as among the success points of his administration. In the sea of criticism, the government seems to be looking to this particular initiative as a reason why anybody should give them a chance. What are some of those successes, if any, that have been pointed out at the conference since the initiative was launched?
Right. So, Ayanda, some of the speakers highlighted yesterday, indeed, that some of the excesses include that South Africa was saved from heading off a precipice that was about 2 years ago, that South Africa would be heading towards negative growth of around negative 3%. But Operation Vulindlela turned things around. And now, although economic growth is still slow at around 1% annually, it's better than where it would have been had Operation Vulindlela not been implemented. Also, there was mention around, the load shedding picture, that things might change, although we are in a positive state where in terms of load shedding, and that we haven't seen those power cuts recently. That picture might change as we see that mining is in recession, and that's helped stave off some of those power cuts. But there was definitely a lot of optimism. Some of the speakers noting that the sixth administration wasn't given enough. They weren't given enough confidence in what they've been doing, that they actually are doing quite a lot of work in ensuring that South Africa heads in a positive growth, and that more people are included in the economy. That would include women, youth, that they are now active in the economy, and the only way that could happen is through growth. So they are definitely hoping that in the next 5 years we see that picture moving forward in terms of progress, and that those broader sort of reforms around electricity, logistics, as well as telecoms, that filters through down to ordinary South Africans, and that they may be able to contribute towards economic growth and not feel sort of left out of the economy.
Yeah, the talk of town at the moment, Nosipho, is around the government of national unity and all the discussions taking place behind closed doors. Of course, part of the concerns is whether or not initiatives like Vulindlela will continue to be implemented in their current form if we do land up with a situation where, the parties that are in this GNU are pulling in different directions. Has there been any kind of conversation at that conference that shines a spotlight on that concern?
Yes, definitely. Most of the speakers, a majority of the speakers rather, highlighted the GNU and its impact on Operation Vulindlela in its 4 years. But the sort of picture that we got from them yesterday was that they were definitely optimistic. The former Deputy Minister of Finance, David Masondo, outlining that, they are confident that this initiative would continue the way that it has been in terms of positive progress. He did note as well that in terms of whoever would come in, they would need the political will of that person, to drive the reforms forward. But in terms of the work of the various streams, there was definitely positivity that this seventh administration, whoever those names might be, whoever those people might be to form part of it, that they would definitely sustain the reforms that have been implemented. So definitely a sense of optimism that was highlighted from the panel of experts as well as government, that Operation Vulindlela will continue and it will continue to have positive progress.
All right, it's an important gathering. Thanks for breaking down some of the salient points for us. Nosipho, Radebe, live to us there from Rosebank in Johannesburg.